Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2023-2024 Sports Awards. We want to start off the night with a huge thank you to the Booster Club for arranging the meal, as well as all the parents who contribute wherever needed to make it run smoothly. So a quick round of applause for them. Next, we're going to welcome our guest speaker. Tim Weidenbach is the Director of Higher Power Sports and an ambassador with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Tim started Higher Power Sports 10 years ago. Prior to Higher Power Sports, Tim spent time as a golf professional and coach. He coached several sports, but his main focus was basketball, with coaching stops at Parkston High School, Dakota Wesleyan University, Sheridan College, Augsburg College, the University of South Dakota, and the Sioux Falls Skyforce. Tim lives in Parkston with his wife Amy and their two golden retrievers, Gracie and Remy. Tim and Amy have been married for 35 years. They have two daughters. Mackenzie is a physician assistant and lives on a farm near Stickney, South Dakota, with her husband Adam Gorman and their two daughters, Marin and Noah. Ellie is in graduate school at USD. Tim speaks in front of teams, clubs, schools, communities, and more, over 200 times a year across the country. Tim's mission through Higher Power Sports is to serve others through the power of faith and servant leadership. Let's welcome Tim.
Okay, thank you very much for having me. The Hovind students just got to hear me speak about a month ago, and I throughout Higher Power Sports, I do several things. And one of the things I do is I do a distracted driving talk, and I was in Hovind and did that about a month ago. So, you Hovind kids, hello, good to see you again. Glad you could be here. I did not bring Remy. I have a golden retriever that's a therapy dog that I brought with to Hovind, but Remy couldn't make it today. She is. I've been on the road quite a bit, and she needed some rest. Let's just say so. I was going to talk about athletics and success. We see the big trophies over there, very impressive trophies. We have awards here that are very impressive, a lot of good through athletics. And congratulations to everybody that won those trophies and is going to win awards tonight. But I also want to say congratulations to, if you don't walk out of here with an award and you participated on a team, congratulations. Because that's, in today's world, it's unheard of a lot of places to not be the star and stick it out. So congratulations to everybody and the coaches. But with everything that's went on, I'm going to kind of make a detour. I serve the student athletes at the University of South Dakota and at Dakota Wesleyan University. And I'm honored and privileged I get to go into the locker rooms before games and after games and share a message with the football teams at USD and Dakota Wesleyan, depending on what game I'm at. And at Dakota Wesleyan, how it works is we go in the locker room, and it's a small locker room in Mitchell, and there's 100 guys in there, and I get to share a message right before they go out and play a football game. So I've got their attention. You guys have played football, you know how exciting a football game is in a locker room. If you've never been in a football locker room, it's very exciting, very intense, and it smells really bad. So I get to share a message and then share the pregame prayer as well. Well, 5 years ago, I was sitting in my backyard and I was planning on what I was going to say on that Saturday to the team. And the Saturday before, Dakota Wesleyan was ahead in the third quarter down at Dome. They were ahead in a football game, 42-24 in the third quarter. Dakota Wesleyan ended up scoring 64 points. But Dome scored 68, and it wasn't in overtime. It was the craziest game I've ever seen. So that whole week, Coach Simple, his message to the team is, what are you going to do when adversity strikes? And in football, in athletics, adversity is maybe there's a bad call. Or in football, the guy right across from you smacks you in the nose and knocks you over once. Maybe you're not playing as much as you like. Maybe the other team is better. So, all these things that can happen, and Coach Simple was talking all week. What are you going to do when adversity strikes? Well, on that Friday night, I'm sitting at home thinking, well, what am I going to say to these guys that just lost the game 68-64 the week before? And I got a call from one of the offensive linemen. And he said, Coach Tim, I just got a call from my mom, and my dad passed away. All of a sudden, all the adversity that we thought we were going to have on Saturday, it's a totally different adversity, right? Now we got to, and he was from California, so we got to figure out how we're going to get Ben back to California, worry about his classes, things like that while he's gone, keep him caught up, all these different things. About an hour later, I got another call. And it was a friend from Hills, Minnesota. And he said, Tim, we need some prayers. Because in the football game in Butterfield, Trenton was making a tackle, and he's paralyzed. He's being flown from Wyndham, Minnesota to Sioux Falls for surgery. All of a sudden, adversity takes on a whole new meaning. So I'm going to share what I told those guys in that locker room on Saturday. And then I told Trenton's team on Sunday, because I met with them on Sunday. Through adversity and struggle, we've all been through it. In athletics, in life. It's important to remember that through that adversity and struggle, you're not perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. I mean, I'm pretty close. Right? I'm pretty close. But nobody's perfect. You're not invincible and you're not without pain. When we're young, we think we're 10 foot tall and bulletproof. We're not. Being an athlete is hard. It's physical pain. It's emotional pain sometimes. Winning, losing hurts. You're not without question. Does that coach know what he's talking about? Does that coach know, does she know what she's talking about? Am I good enough? We know that throughout struggle and adversity, you're never alone. You're never alone. You've got a great community here, a great community in Hovind, a great community together. You're never alone. You're a family. Potter County, you're a family. Now, families, right, don't always get along, so I have a brother, okay, I have a brother, and we're really, really good friends, right? We don't always get along. You know, we have our ups and downs. Luckily for me, I'm way tougher than he is, so it works out good for me, right? But you're family. Obviously, all you young people here are very talented. Lots of games won this year. And I know it's kind of crazy for an old man up here to tell you this, but you're loved. You're loved. This community loves you, Pullman loves you. Your teachers, your coaches, your administrators, they love you. And that's pretty special. So anyway, we get Ben to California. Trenton's in the hospital after surgery. I talked to Trenton. I go to see him on that Monday after I spoke to the team. And here's a young man that's laying paralyzed. Can't move anything. And this is what he told me. He goes, Tim, I will fight just like I did on the football field and the basketball field. The lessons you've learned this year and are learning are preparing you for those tough times. Ben called me up. He was in California getting ready to go to the prayer service for his dad. And I said, Ben, how you doing? Thinking he'd be not good. Only child. Mom doesn't speak English. His dad was a veteran. So he's trying to deal with everything for his mom. And Ben surprised me. Because he goes, Tim, I'm good. Because I'm prepared. Because athletics, because football, they prepared me for this. He said, I didn't always want to get up and go to those early workouts, early weight training, but I did it. He said there was days when I wasn't playing because he was a fifth-year senior and hadn't hardly played at all, and now was starting in his fifth year. There were days when I wasn't playing that I thought, oh, it'd be easy just to be a student and not a student athlete. But he never quit. He learned time management. He learned being a good teammate to the younger kids, having tough conversations. Sometimes it's in a huddle, right? We hear things we don't want to hear, like, yeah, you go in for, yeah. Tough conversations. And standing tall and proud, even in the difficult times and throughout losses. I'm from Parsons, South Dakota. I'm not up in this area a lot. But I know this town, this community, Potter County, has been through some struggles, right? It's been a tough year. You lost somebody very special to you, very special to this community, very special to this athletic program. But remember, everything you've learned since you've been third grade playing basketball or wrestling, on a court, on a mat, on a football field, running cross country. I get tired every time I say cross country. All those lessons you learned will get you through have gotten you through those hard days. And will get you through, I wish I could say, you're going to get a big trophy tonight, a big award, and everything's going to be great the rest of your life. You're going to go through ups and downs. But because of athletics, you're prepared. You're prepared to go on and do great things. Congratulations on what you've done so far. One last story. Do I got time? I mean, 200 times a year I get to do this, right? I get to speak in front of people. I'm not any good at it. I get that. I'm I'm not any good at it. But what I can do is I can talk for a long time. So let's just keep going. All right. 5 years ago in March, Grayson University is playing in the national title game for NAI, which is what like Dakota Wesleyans in. And their head coach is from Alcester, South Dakota. And now he's a head coach at Houston Christian, which is a Division I school. But he calls me up and goes, Tim, national championship tomorrow. Can you come to Kansas City and talk to my team before the national tournament? I'm like, yeah, I'll be there. Well, I had a speaking engagement in Sioux Falls in the morning. It was my Be Kind and Infusion message, and I was bringing a friend of mine, Jackson Monk, and Jackson is in a wheelchair. He's got cerebral palsy. I got to his apartment, and usually when I get to his apartment to pick him up, he is in his wheelchair, ready to go. That day, I get there, and he's still in bed. And I literally had to lift him out of his bed and into a wheelchair. Talk about eye-opening, right? We go and we speak. I drop him back off and I head down to Kansas City. 5-hour drive, 4 hours from Sioux Falls. I'm thinking what I'm going to say, right? I'm going. I'm talking right before a national championship game? Are you kidding me? This is going to be so great. I got a lot of material. I've got a lot of material. 5 hours to think about it on the way down there. I get to the locker room, meet Coach Doty, and Coach Doty goes, great to have you here. You've got 90 seconds. 90 seconds? I got a lot more material than that. But I did what athletes do. I gave them the best 90 seconds I had. The only 90 seconds that was right in front of me. Think about a year from now, and this table filled with awards, and you underclassmen, what awards you would like. A year down the road is a long time. Think about what you can do for the next 90 seconds to achieve those awards. Get some big trophies like that over there. 90 seconds. And here's what I told him. So what are you going to do for your team today? Are you going to help your teammate up? If your backup is out there outplaying you, are you going to cheer them on? What are you going to do if you only get to play 90 seconds? Are you going to be upset? Or are you going to do whatever you can in that 90 seconds? Are you willing to literally help somebody up by picking them up? Physically, emotionally. Are you willing to do that for somebody else? 90 seconds. Doesn't seem like a long time. A year from now, for you younger kids, seems like that's forever. For us old people, we get it. It's going to come in a hurry. But don't put your dreams and hopes too far out. Take one step at a time, and you'll reach a lot more dreams, and a lot more hopes, and a lot more goals. If you take it one step at a time, 90 seconds at a time. I appreciate your time. I thank the Hoban kids again, because after I spoke in Hoban, I said to a couple of them, anybody admit that I said, I was asked to speak at your athletic banquet, and if you don't want me, you just tell her, and I won't show up. And I get now that you really didn't want me because everybody asked where Remy was, so you just wanted Remy back. But I thank you for your time, and just congratulations on a great year. Stay strong. I know it's been a hard year, but stay together. And what a great room this is to celebrate in. And I wish I could stay and steal some of your trophies and take them back and say I won them, but I got to get going, and I appreciate it.
Tim will be heading on his way home as he has a distance to go, but we thank him for coming out and the great speech he gave to our athletic community. We're going to transition right away into starting our letter winners for all sports. We have all coaches come up and help hand these out as it helps make things go smoother. So we're going to have the coaches come up. We're going to read off your name. You're going to come up and kind of just cycle through.
Okay, we're going to start with the seniors. Caden Cronin, letter winner in volleyball, girls basketball, track, captain in volleyball, captain in track.
We can hold applause until the end, and then we're just going to do a group picture by class.
Ryder Falkenhagen, letter winner in football, basketball, captain in football and basketball. Greta Gable, volleyball letter winner, girls basketball stat, golf letter winner, captain volleyball. Madison Horner, cheer letter winner. Carter Lukens, letter winner in football, basketball, track, captain in football and track. Neva Michelson, stat for girls basketball, letter winner in golf, captain in golf. Olivia Michelson, letter winner in girls basketball, letter winner in golf, captain in both girls basketball and golf. Nicholas Schlachter, letter winner in cross country, wrestling, track, captain, cross country, wrestling, and track. Sean Syed, letter winner in cross country, boys basketball, track, captain, cross country, and track. Chance Smith, letter winner in football, boys basketball, captain in football. Neely Vasquez, letter winner in volleyball. That is our seniors. Juniors, Madison Alexander, letter winner for stat in volleyball and letter winner for stat in basketball. Braden Bieber, stat for football, stat for volleyball, letter winner in golf. Brendan Bieber, letter winner in boys basketball, letter winner in golf. Philip Hamburger, letter winner in football. Megan Jager, letter winner as a stat in volleyball, letter winner as a stat in boys basketball. Damian Johnson, letter winner in football. Ethan Johnson, letter winner in football. Jackson Krause, letter winner in football, boys basketball, and golf. Ava Larson, letter winner as a stat for football, letter winner in volleyball, letter winner as Landon Larson, letter winner in football, letter winner in boys basketball and track, captain for boys basketball. Zoe Minky, letter winner in volleyball and girls basketball, captain for volleyball and girls basketball. Rael Pursuit, letter winner in cross country, volleyball, girls basketball and track, captain for cross country. Deshaun Roush, manager for football. Taylin Roush, letter winner for stat football, letter winner for volleyball, letter winner for girls basketball, letter winner for track, and captain for girls for volleyball. Jet Simon, letter winner for football, letter winner for boys basketball, letter winner for track, captain for football and boys basketball. Lane Stewie, letter winner for wrestling, captain for wrestling. Seth Vanos Tribute, letter winner for cross country, letter winner for football, letter winner for boys basketball, letter winner for track. Tanner Vanderhorst, letter winner for football, letter winner for wrestling and track. Fernando Rivero, letter winner for cross country, wrestling and track. That is our juniors. Letter winner for cross country, letter winner for girls basketball, letter winner for track. Jaron Chase, letter winner for cross country and boys basketball. Gabby Collins, letter winner is cheer. Trace Gensler, letter winner in track. Xavier Holbert, letter winner in football, letter winner in golf. Cameron Hunnell, letter winner in wrestling. Sage Herman, letter winner in football. Danica Kaut, letter winner in cross country, girls basketball, and track. Raquel Kaut, letter winner is cheer. Jonah Preble, letter winner in boys basketball. Emma Schlachter, letter winner in cross country, volleyball, girls basketball, and track captain. Beth Sire, letter winner in track. Megan Sire, letter winner in track. Joe Stanley, letter winner in football, boys basketball. Peyton Stevens, letter winner in cross country, girls basketball, track. Ivan Stewie, letter winner in football and wrestling. And Jace Wager, letter winner in golf. Those are our sophomores. Sophomores, Brandy Beatlesbacher, letter winner for cheer football, volleyball, girls basketball stats. Boston Brown, freshman, letter winner in track. Aiden Forgy, letter winner in football, letter winner in wrestling. Gabby Gable, letter winner in football cheer. Addison Grease, letter winner in volleyball. Casey Hageman, letter winner in football. Michael Jager, letter winner in cross country and track. Alexis Kellogg, letter winner in track. And those are our freshmen. Eighth graders, Paige Allmeyer, letter winner in cross country, letter winner in girls basketball, letter winner in track. Wiley Cronin, letter winner in golf. Finley Hine, letter winner in volleyball, girls basketball, and track. Alyssa Kaut, letter winner in volleyball, girls basketball. Easton Roush, letter winner in wrestling. Jack Simon, letter winner in track. Jack Stewie, letter winner in wrestling. And those are the eighth graders. And our seventh graders, Layla Cronin, letter winner in track. Taylor Long, letter winner in track. And JC Stevens, letter winner in cross country and track.
Now we'll go into volleyball awards with head coach Wendy Roush and assistant coach Samantha Shaw.
Good evening. Wendy Roush is my assistant Samantha Shaw. We were the head coach and assistant coach of volleyball this year. Record was 8-24. We had some growing to do with 2 new coaches, no setter returning, no libero, and very little experience. We had girls step up and may not have a winning record, but some of our losses were to teams that went on to play at state, and we played very well against them. Playing with seniors, Kaden Cronin, Greta Gable, Millie Vasquez. Juniors, Zoe Minke, Taylor Roush, Ava Larson, Brianna Orsoon. Sophomores, Emma Schlachter, Maria of the Year, Horns, and Maya Johnson. Freshmen, Brandy Beetlesbacher, Addison Grease, Bethany Schwingler, Alexis Kellogg, Gabby Gable. Eighth graders, Finley Hine, Alyssa Kaut, Kylie Phillips, Jordan Kaiser, Eve Gable. Stats, Madison Alexander, Brayden Bieber, and Megan Jig. I would also like, before we give out awards, to thank the ball girls that helped us out of games, really sped up our games here in Gettysburg. Bookkeepers, people who run the clock, the borough trackers, line judges, Bart Beaverson, who keep telling me how much I got in my volleyball account. Jody Obler and Wendy Smith for dealing with us and all my emails and texts. Thank you. Start with the JP Awards.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Samantha Shaw, for those of you who don't know me. As Wendy said, we did have a year of growing. This was a learning year for both of us as coaches and the players. Now that we have had a year together under our belt, I'm looking forward to getting in the gym with the girls this summer and coming back stronger next season. So I have 4 awards to give out. I wrote a couple paragraphs about the players, so bear with me. It might take a couple minutes. My first award is going to be Offensive Player of the Year. This award is going to an athlete who exemplifies excellence on the offensive end of the court. This player grew in skill and confidence throughout the season. She was never afraid to try new ideas suggested by both teammates and coaches, and she accepted constructive criticism with an open mind. She hustled to every ball on the court, including some she probably shouldn't have, to take the second pass and set up an attacker. This athlete put forth the effort every practice and was determined to become a better setter, allowing her to earn a varsity starting spot. This year's JV Offensive Player of the Year is Finley Hine. Next, I have the Defensive Player of the Year. This award goes to an athlete who has shown outstanding skills in playing defense. Throughout this season, this player's work ethic and determination helped her succeed in all areas of the game, but her consistent passing allowed her to become one of the better passers on the team. This player was often asking and looking for ways to improve her skills to help better the team. Because of her quickness, aggressive defense, and effective court communication, she became the varsity libero by the end of the season. This year's Junior Varsity Defensive Player of the Year is Alyssa Cup. This is Coach's Choice. This is going to be our most inspirational player. This award is going to an athlete who inspires her teammates to excel in competition through leadership and enthusiasm. One of my first big impressions with this athlete occurred within the first couple weeks of practice. She exemplified leadership by acquainting new players with the gym and locker rooms, and she would voluntarily work with the new and younger players without being asked. In both games and practice, this player was always optimistic whether she was on the court or the sidelines. She celebrated all of the wins, no matter how big or small they were, and she was supportive and encouraging during the hard times. This player continuously has a positive attitude, and I look forward to next season with her. This year's JV Inspirational Player is Raelle Pursoon. All right, last one. This is our Most Improved Player Award. This award goes to an athlete who, over the course of the season, improved their game, talent, and skills. I've had the opportunity to work with this athlete since she was a 7th grader, and she has come a long way since then. Each practice and game, this girl was pursuant in becoming a better player to not only improve her own skills, but to help out her team in a multitude of ways. At the beginning of the season, she was serving underhand, but she quickly progressed to serving overhand. Her passing became more and more consistent as the season continued, as well as her hitting. This player was mainly an outside hitter, but she was willing to step up and play as a middle hitter in several of the JV games when asked. I'm very excited for this player's future in volleyball, and I'm looking forward to seeing her advance in this sport in the coming years. This year's JV Most Improved Player is Alexis Kellogg.
I'm sorry. Okay, captains for this year were Kaden Cronin, Rita Gable, Zoe Minke, and Taylor Rausch. As a team, what comes first is our academics before athletics, and as a team, we got All-State Award with a 3.5 or above average for the team All-State Academic Award. We also have a player who is All-State Academic for 3 years active in volleyball with a 3.5 GPA or above, Kaden Cronin. We also have 3 players voted to all conference. First team, Kaden Cronin and Zoe Minke. Second team is Taylor Rausch. Okay, moving on to varsity awards. Most improved is a player who did not have the time in the gym, the open gyms in the summer, didn't plan on coming out, but came out mid-season, started a couple matches, and always hustled and improved a lot from the previous year, Emma Schlachter. Offensive player of the year was our go-to when we needed points. I don't remember how exactly he said it, but the big dog in the big red house is bringing on the heat, or however he said it every game, but Kaden Cronin, we're sure gonna miss her. Defensive player, always on the floor, always hustling, had a big brace on the knee, still managed to slide and be on the floor for every play, Zoe Minke. Most valuable player for varsity volleyball, team leader, always talking to other girls, always taking young girls and helping them on the side, coaching girls on the court, Zoe Minke. Inspirational Coaches Award, led by example in both practices and matches with their work ethic and attitude, always was a leader on the court, keeping a positive attitude no matter how the match Taylor Roush. And the big award, I consider it should be prideful award. She's going to be a leader next year. We're going to go to her a lot. We're going to expect a lot of things. She was a great leader for both coaches, helping us along the way because we were both new this year. Zoe maybe.
We're going to move into cross country with head coach Jessica Larson. Okay, this year we finished the cross-country season with 17 runners. My captains, Nicholas Schlachter, Sean Sire, and Rael Pursoon, come on up. Along with my letter winners, Emma Schlachter, Jaden Allmeyer, Peyton Stevens, Danica Kaup, JC Stevens, Paige Allmeyer, Seth Van Oosterhout, Fernando Ribeiro, Jaron Chase, and Michael Jagger. The Academic All-State Awards go to Sean Sire and Nicholas Schlachter. This year, the girls' team won all their meets except the Chamberlain meet, which had some really tough competition for us. They were region champions with 7 points, led by Danica Kaup, who was our individual region champ. We advanced to state where we won the championship with 22 points ahead of Arlington with 43 points. The girls' team that ran at state were Danica, which placed 3rd at state, Emma placed 8th, Jaden 11th, Paige 31st, and JC 35th. Out of 113 girls and 20 full teams, this was a huge accomplishment for this girls' team. The boys' team placed 2nd at regions and qualified for the state meet this year also, where they took 13th at state out of 17 teams. The boys' team was led this year by Nicholas Schlachter, who was our region champion and placed 6th at the state meet. Also running at state for the boys were Jared, Sean, Seth, and Fernando. Of these 5 boys, I lose 4 of them next year. My 2 seniors, who have been great leaders for our team, and the 2 exchange boys that I can only have for 1 year. So if there are any boys or girls out there considering cross country for the fall, please come see me. And now on to my team awards. Hardest worker in practice. I had a tie for this. These 2 never missed a practice, always there helping out the younger runners, as well as improving themselves. That goes to Nicholas Schlachter and Jaden Allmeyer. My hardest worker in meets. This runner is a dual sport athlete that works very hard at whatever she does, whether it's in school, on the court, on a cross-country course, without a single complaint. She pushes herself to succeed, and the hardest worker is Emma Schlachter. Most improved runner. I had a tie for this one. The first one is another dual sport athlete that played football and was hesitant about running cross country.
decided to try it and helped us out as a team and improved tremendously by the end of the season and was pretty happy he did as he qualified for the state meet. And that goes to Seth. My other most improved runner, she placed in all but 2 meets as a 7th grader, which even our 5th runner on the team is very important as a pusher, because if there's a tie, it comes down to where the pusher finishes. My most improved runner is JC Stevens. Most valuable runner. This girl leads the girls' team, or led the girls' team the entire season, placing anywhere from 1st to 4th in every meet. And she still has 2 more years to go. My most valuable runner is Danica Kell. The Battler Pride. He has been in cross country for all 7 years and a captain for the last 3. He placed at the state meet all 4 years of high school. He has been an excellent leader on the cross country team and will be missed greatly. He definitely represents the Battler with all of his athletic accomplishments. I'm excited to see what his future holds as he goes on to compete at the School of Mines. The Battler Pride goes to Nicholas Schlager.
I got asked to speak on Coach Larson's behalf like 4 hours ago, so we'll give this a rip. Coach Larson is being announced as the Girls Cross Country Coach of the Year, the State Coach of the Year. Coach has been a very influential coach for me. She has been one of the best, and I couldn't ask for any more. She started her coaching career in 1999 as the head cross-country coach and assistant track coach for Gettysburg High School, which eventually joined Hovind and became Potter County. As head cross-country coach for the past 24 years, the girls' cross-country team won 64 championships and 19 conference championships, 4 region championships, and 9 top 8 state placement finishes, including Class B runner-up in 2021, Class B state champs in 22 and 23. The boys team has won 4 championships. Coach has served as the South Dakota Cross Country and Track and Field Association Area Director for 9 years and as the association president. She has been named the South Dakota Cross Country Track and Field Coaches Association Area Coach of the Year for the cross country 7 times and Assistant Track Area Coach of the Year 7 times. She has coached high school volleyball and middle school basketball and continues to ref and line judge for volleyball games. Coach Cohen. Coach Law.
Now we'll move on to football awards with head coach Kyle Kuzer and assistant coach Keith Scott. Before we go into that, we do have a cheerleading award, and most enthusiastic cheerleader this year goes to, not to say church, Beth Sire.
Good evening, everybody. I'm just going to have all you football players come up rather than stand up. thank everybody for coming, and I'd really like to thank everybody for supporting the team as well as supporting the coaching staff this year. I'm lucky to have the opportunity to coach these athletes. I'm also lucky to work with, learn from, and coach alongside the other coaches. I take my hat off to these guys this year. They definitely showed that even after a tough season, that they could stick together and put on a pretty damn good little season. I'd like to thank my seniors in true captain form. These guys really smoothed some things out, smoothed some rough edges out on the field. We could always count on Carter's legs to shimmy and spin to get us some extra yards, or an outstanding pass route from Ryder to link up with Landon on a deep ball that either kept us in games or allowed us to run away with them. Or how about the image of Chance with 3 or 4 guys from Corsica Stickney hanging off of him and still not going down. And these guys were tackling everything. Like, we even tackled our bus driver. So, without further ado, let's get into some recognitions and awards.
First, we're going to give Academic All-State, and Academic All-State is Ryder Falkenhagen. Yellowstone Trail All-Conference players this year were Ryder Falkenhagen, Carter Lukens, Landon Larson, Jan Smith, and Jen Simon. They're all and honorable mention doesn't get a medal, but is honorable mention all conference was Sage Herman. The team awards for this year: outstanding defensive back, Carter Lukens. Outstanding offensive back, Ryder Falkenhagen. Outstanding defensive lineman, Chance Smith. Outstanding offensive lineman, Sage Herman. Outstanding specialty player, Carter Lukens. Most improved player, Joseph Stanley. Despite a lot of things. Mr. Hustle Award, Jet Simon. As we said, those are voted on by the players. These next two come from Coach Kluser and myself. This is the Battle Pride Award. And we had 2 Battle Prides. We had 2 coaches that carried us through the season and helped us all the way. Carter Lukens and Ryder Falkenhagen. Ask them to just stay up here also, because these 2 were also selected All-State football. All-State wide receiver, Ryder Falkenhagen. All-State defensive back, Carter Lukens. To say this was a tough year would be an understatement. I got the phone call at a wedding that Coach Smith had gotten us to 2-0, but wasn't going to get to coach anymore. Coach Kluser and I immediately took us to 5 straight losses. And I'll be completely honest with you, I was in the fog. These guys were not. They picked us up, they showed us what to do, and we got that, the game that got it for us. We started at the old Frederick, but Selby's the game that put us on the map. And after that game, we got Sunshine Bible. And then you want to see football, you go to Del Rapids and you go to Corsica Stickney and you see what these guys did. I thank you for that. And I thank Coach Smith for that. My students know that this year has been for me. My family knows. And I thank Coach Kuzer for stepping up. But these guys, we immediately drove it to 3-5, and they evened it up in the playoffs at 5-5. And I want to commend you. That was a hell of a playoff run against some very good competition. Coach Kuzer would like to say a few more words.
I guess before I'm done, I'd just like to take this opportunity to address my team for next year. Since this will be about the last chance I get to have it all together before the summer starts. 42-0. 42-0 was a number that was wrote on the whiteboard upstairs for motivation. 42-0 was the score of our semifinals game against Baltimore. I know 42-0 is a number that makes you boys angry and hungry for revenge. I'm disappointed to say that we won't get that revenge, at least not the way we wanted it, because Balkan's no longer on our schedule. But what we're going to do, I guess we're going to take that vengeance and we're going to spread it across the entire 9A division. I know you boys are still mad, and I know you boys are still hungry. So let's start thinking about it. Time starts now, let's get it done.
I want to say something. Kuzer's famous words, all playoff games. All gas, no brakes! All gas, no brakes! Thank you guys.
I think we just found a new sporting announcer. All right, moving on to basketball awards with head coach Trisha Hine, assistant coach Wendy Roush, and volunteer coach Kelly Nichols.
And managers. We would like to start by thanking our fans for their support throughout the season and everyone who helped make sure the team was well taken care of. Really appreciate your generosity. We had a good season, having one of our best records. Our summer plans include Sacred Roots workouts, team camps, and painting league and crushing. We would like to thank our seniors for their dedication throughout their careers. Both have overcome injuries and worked hard to build skills to be on the court. We loved having them as teammates. We wish them the best of luck next year. All right, for our awards, we use stats, player and coach vote, and overall play. To start, we'd like to recognize our captains, Olivia and Zoe. Next, we would like to recognize our managers, Neva, Greta, and Randy. We thank you for helping us this season. All right, our first award is Offensive MVP. So we look at stats for this award and overall offensive play. Our award goes to Emma Schechter. Our next award is a 3-point award. This is also a stat. The player that receives this award also set the school record for 3-pointers made in a single game. Zoe. Our defensive MVP is Emma. Next is our rebounding award. This is also staff, goes to the player with the most rebounds, which is Hayden. Our hustle award goes to Emma. All right, our most improved player on the season is Olivia. We had 3 players make the YTCL conference teams, Kaden, Zoe, and Emma. Okay, both of our seniors received the academic all-state certificates, so Olivia and Kaden. Okay, next is JV, which uses the same criteria as the varsity awards. Our offensive MVP is Finley. Defensive MVP is Taylin. Our hustle award goes to Danica. And our most improved player is Paige. The last award is our Battle Pride Award. This award goes to the player who demonstrates leadership on and off the court, a player who is respectful to coaches, teammates, ref, and opponents, a player that works hard in games and harder in practices and pushes to be the best they can be on and off the court. They are supportive of teammates, concentrate on the positives, and encourage others. Our Battle Pride Award goes to Olivia.
Next, we'll have boys basketball awards with head coach Bryce Hall and assistant coach Andrew Tuttle.
University MVP goes to Ryder. All right, those next awards go by stats. And we have Mr. Assist goes to Ryder. King of the boards, rebounding guy, goes to Arthur Carter. You want to know how I got his nickname? His brother, Grant, he'd always come in as a 6th, 7th grader, right behind him, and I can never remember his name. And I said, "What's your name?" He didn't hear me. I said, "Well, you're Arthur from here on out." So every time he came in the gym, I just called him Arthur, and by the 3rd time, he started answering. So, and then we have pure shooter. That goes by total field goal percentage. That goes to Ryder. Then we have three-point shooter. That is 3-point percentage overall, and that goes to Landon. I owe a lot of money because of this award right here, and someday I'll get paid back up. Mr. Tuttle here decided to call it the flop, and that's for taking charges, and that goes to Chance. We have 3 all-conference, Ryder, Arthur, and Lando. And then we have, let's see, academic all-state. We have Ryder and Sean. That's a 3.5. And then we have an all-state honorable mention and Ryder. The last award that was voted on by the players, the Battler Pride, goes to Jeff Simon. All right, well, it's time to say goodbye. Let's be tough. It's time to kick him off the nest. So he's going to move on and do great things out there. The rest of the players, come on up. Well, Tony, out the door you go. Wish you the best. Been missing, buddy. He's done a lot for me. He done all my paperwork I need to turn in. He's been great for that. Awesome. I'll text him. I'll email him. He'll get it done for me. All these awards, that's because of him. He's awesome. I'm going to miss him. So I need a new assistant who can do a lot of paperwork. But like I said, it's been 7, 8 years. Good miss him, tight.
Wrestling awards with head coach Mike Schwachter and assistant coach Eric Stewie.
thanking the Booster Club. It's crazy what they've done for us this year in the last few years. They provide us breakfast every Saturday morning, and so we can't thank them enough. It's just a weight off our shoulders to worry about paying for it or trying to find the funds for it. I just can't thank the Booster Club enough, and I know they do a lot. Live ticket funds that group a lot, so if you guys are sponsoring Live Ticket, thank you for doing that because it helps all our sports here, not just wrestling, but it helps basketball, it helps track, it helps football. So if you're sponsoring Live Ticket, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. A couple other thanks. I want to thank Shannon and my wife Jolene. 4 months they put up with us for being gone, so I can't say that enough. So thank you very much. A couple other names I want to thank. I know he's not here tonight. Kelly Osher. He come in every Saturday morning and he helped cook breakfast. Huge deal. Just took the weight off our shoulders about not trying to burn school down or anything like that. You know, we've had instances. So another person I want to thank is Chad Rouse. I don't know if he's here tonight, but I want to thank him. I guess he's probably farming. But he come in and he helped with breakfast too. And he do the weigh-ins, so he really helped out Mrs. Smith so she wouldn't have to come in at 5 in the morning and do weigh-ins. So I got to thank him a lot too. So those two guys I really want to thank a lot. So now let's get the guys up here. All the wrestlers come on up. Letter winners this year, Nicholas Lochter, Lane Stewie, Tanner Vandervoort, Fernando Rogaro, Cameron Hummel, Easton Rouse, Jack Stewie, Aiden Forty, and Ivan Stewie. Those are our letter winners this year. So the letter, you got to place in the tournament and score points for us. That's our qualifications. And these guys, you know, we've had some tough tournaments and we wrestle a tough schedule. And I mean, we wrestle the top teams in the state. And if you place in the tournaments for wrestle like you're tough. Captains this year, Nicholas Schlochter and Lane Stewie. And you'll be getting medals on that, I guess, down the road, right? So I want to thank them for the leadership. They're there, they lead a lot by example. If you're not working hard, they're gonna bust your butt. They're gonna take you off to the side, they're gonna tell you that you need to be working harder. They're the leaders in the room when Justin's just not working hard, but helping out with homework. I know Nicholas helped a lot of our young kids out with homework. If they were on the bubble with an eligibility, they would spend time with them and help them with homework. I know Wayne did a lot with working with young kids and helping them with their moves and stuff. These two young guys are just great leaders in the room, and I know next year we're going to miss Nicholas. And Lane, you're going to have to keep stepping up here. So really good captains for us this year. Rookie of the year. This young guy always gave up a ton of weight and was very familiar with my career when I was young. I was always around 90 pounds, 95 pounds, and 90 pounds back then we wrestled 98, but he was doing 95 and wrestling 106. And he was dealing out some damage. So this year's Rookie of the Year, Easton Roush. Most improved wrestler, this young gentleman just keeps getting better and better and better, and I can't wait for his next 2 years. Next year actually, we're really gonna kick some butt here. Tanner Vandervoort. He'll make it. Most reversals. This is a stat that I got this every year I was in high school, and it's one of the biggest stats I like. And this kid he keeps getting it year after year, and that's Lane Stewie. And the most important stat that we have on the team, and I preach this day in and day out. What's the stat on takedowns? You get the first takedown. What's it? 98% of the time you're going to win the match. And the person with our most takedowns this year is Nicholas Schlock. MVP, this is another stat that's run by points. MVP is the person who, or the wrestler who gets the most team points throughout the year, and that's Nicholas Schlocker. Battler Pride, this was decided on Coach Stewie and I, and we're going to miss this kid. Give me a second.
Nick has been a leader in the wrestling room since he's a bride. He's one of the hardest working kids I've known. We run sprints at the end of the year. Nick was a distance runner, but guess who's first every time? Is Nick. So it's an attribute to how hard he's working and just where he's at in the rest of it. For Battle Drive this year is Nick's fault.
I've told this story a couple times, and it's a funny story, and I wasn't coaching at the time. And of course, he's been wrestling since he's been 5. And Mark Schatz was coaching him, and we got this on video. If you guys ever watch it, it's the funniest thing you've ever seen. And he's down, and I'm standing off the corner, he's down, and this kid's on top of him, and Mark's yelling at him, stand up, Nicholas. And he just turns around to Mark and looks at him, and he says, I can't, he's got my neck. It's just hilarious. Sorry, I just had to share that with you. But I'm really going to miss him. I've coached him since he's been 5 years old, and I can't say enough about him. Work ethic is second to none. He's got 2 more awards coming to him here. 1, and we haven't got it yet, and I preach this every time I'm up here, and it's academic All-State. I can't say enough about academics. If you guys were here last night, you would have saw a couple young ladies take home, I don't know, $50,000, Olivia? I mean, huge money. And your academics, athletics are going to take you a long way, but your academics are your bank, okay? I mean, 7% of high school athletes go play college sports. 7%. It's not very many. But academic-wise, you guys can do a lot of damage. So you guys just stay buckled down on your books and keep getting A's. And I can't express that enough. Academics is where it's at. I'm a coach, but if you look at your stud athletes, they're all A students. I mean, look at them. Look at the kids that are up here getting awards. I can tell you who's an A student just by looking at the kids that get awards, because they work hard at practice and they work hard with their books. So working hard in practice, you need to be working hard with your books. It's going to take you a long ways. So Nicholas got academic All-State for wrestling with a 3.5 GPA, and then surprise to me, I put him in for a national award, National Wrestling Coaches Association Academic Award, along with the U.S. Marine Corps Academic Award, and that's presented to Nicholas Schlocker. And a couple notes for our young wrestlers for next year. We got a couple camps coming up, and Tuesday and Thursday mornings, 8 a.m., we'll be practicing at Camp Curdy all summer. So, thank you very much.
Golf awards with head coach Keith Scott.
Would all the high school golfers please come up, please? Okay, I was going to get up and lament how poor the when you finally get going and get things happening. And it's also interesting because not all of your awards are going to be fleshed out by the time you get here. We are mostly done with our golf season except for pre-region is on Monday and Pier, and region is the following Monday and Pier, and then 2 weeks after that is state golf. It kind of is a poor deal that we have to go way into June to get state golf done, but that's the way we live. This year, the boys team is in transition, and we've got the 5 that are going to golf Monday. Please step forward. These 5 are golfing, and Jay Swager is the other one. They are golfing for 4 spots next Monday at Region, and they're all within 9 strokes. This is a good competitive bunch, and that's the way we like to see it. We're starting to build it back right. So thank you guys. The girls team, I'm graduating 3 girls off this team of 4. The math isn't too hard to figure out there. If you complete 4 girls, please step forward. Obviously, I've got some shoes to fill here, and it's I've got a couple girls coming, but I need more. I need more. The boys did get 1 championship this year. We won the Battle Open the other day. I won't tell you how many other teams went to another meet, but they golfed well and we won the Battle Open, and I'm happy for them there. Golf is going the right direction. If we just get some warmer weather in April rather than February, I think we can do some good. So, as awards go, my captains this year for golf are Olivia and Neva Michelson. I don't have a war, I don't have a medal for it there, but two captains for golf. Most valuable golfers for the girls are Neva Michelson and Olivia Michelson. Most valuable for the boys is yet to be determined. It is not done. Boys, girls golf most improved. Braden Beaver. Boys golf most improved. Undetermined. I do want to say a few words. Obviously, the bulk of my coaching career in golf, we're going to find out if I'm going to coach it all next year, because I will not be walking into the meet and saying I'll put Olivia in the first flight and put Neva in the second flight, or vice versa. They have had 7 years of very good golf for this school, and I want to thank them and all you others. By the way, the 9 guys standing there, that's the kind of numbers we need. Now we need with these girls. So come on, girls, let's step up and do it. Good luck next week. Thank you.
Track and Field Awards with head coach Jamie Cronin, assistant coaches Chantel Stecker, Jessica Larson, Andrew Tuttle, volunteer coaches Wendy Smith and Kyle Kuzner. Wendy Roush. Okay. I was waiting for Keith to kind of take the lead on that challenging spring, but it has been a very challenging spring for a number of different reasons. I've had some family health issues that have kind of caused me to be here and gone and back and so on and forth. So I really want to thank this group of assistant coaches I have for taking the reins. I have a hard time letting go of control. So it's been a lot of text messages and a lot of phone calls back and forth, but I certainly appreciate that. We've also had some injuries that have kind of led some people to be sidelined and just now starting to get back into running. And then of course the weather has been a
ready to go, and I've thought over and over again this spring, that's Mr. Smith on me, because he would always say, you just gotta be patient, you just gotta be patient, you know, we've had other years just like this, don't get excited, it'll be fine, and between that, and I've often, I think Wendy and Joni would say too, that we want to have like a phone call a few times, like, where in the world did you put this? And where are we gonna find this? And so on and so forth. So we've definitely missed him this spring, not only in the pole area, which has been a huge hit, but just the know where everything's at and keeps everybody kind of running on a steady course. So it's been a challenge. And I guess the biggest thing I've tried to tell the kids is you don't know when your chance is coming, that opportunity might come up tomorrow, and maybe the weather's going to tell you otherwise, and you have to be ready to go whenever it is, and be very thankful that you were given the opportunity. And I will say that's the one thing about the kids that have had injuries this spring, it's taught them, don't take things for granted. You know, you don't know when tomorrow might be your last chance to get to do this. So, like I say, step up, control what you can control. So, with that, we've had 24 high school kids this spring and 27 middle school kids. And besides the coaches that are up here, the last 3 meets we've had Ava Hartoon going along with us, and she's been filming for us, which I know has been a big help to the coaches to be able to get to see and look at the technical aspect of things. The first awards I have, I guess there isn't actually anything up here for you, but please come up anyway. Our captains this spring are Carter Lukens, Nicholas Schlachter, Sean Sire, and Emma Schlachter. And those are voted on by the team. And along with that, we also have the academic all-state awards, which, as we've talked about, if you don't have the grades, you don't get to play anyway, so very, very important. Those go to Nicholas Schlachter, and Sean Thayer, and Caden Cronin. Okay, then the team awards, they're voted on by the kids. The first one we have is Rookie or Newcomer. That award, we talk about, usually it needs to be somebody that's competing at the high school level for maybe the first time or making an impact for the first time. They may be a younger kid, or they might be somebody that just now has kind of found their own and gotten a chance to compete. So the first one, you've heard her name several times tonight, and you're going to hear it a couple more times before we're done tonight, but she has shown a lot of determination in crafting her aspect of track and field, and it takes a lot of extra practice, not just being in shape and being able to run, and that is Finley Hine. Going to be an outstanding hurdler for us here coming up. The next person, he wasn't sure, I guess, a couple of years ago that maybe track was his thing. He thought maybe golf was, and he's still kind of thinking maybe he should golf, but I think the track aspect has kind of won out a little bit. And I feel like he's still trying to figure out exactly what he wants to do in the sport of track and field. And so he spent some time in the off-season working to improve not only his skills, but also what he's able to provide for the team. And even like about 2 weeks ago decided to pick up, maybe it was a little longer than that, pick up a new event. So that person is Michael Jager. Okay, most improved. That is also looked at when I tell the kids about voting. I said it can be from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. It can be from last year to this year. You know, who do you think has put forth extra effort and made themselves into a better athlete and be a competitor and contributor to our sport? And the first one, like I say, you've heard her name several times tonight, and I think that she spends a lot of times she's very quiet, doesn't give you any indication that she's working as hard as she is maybe, or trying as hard as she is, and that is Finley Hine. And the boy most improved. This athlete, I pointed him out a few times in practice. I don't know if I've embarrassed him or not, but it wasn't meant to be embarrassing, but I will say that between last year and this year, I've seen a growth spurt, I've seen maturity, I've seen, like I say, just the work that he's done off the track, outside of the school day, things like that, and that he's developed into a better athlete, and because he's a better athlete.
Okay. The most improved person on our boys track team is Jet Simon. This worker, this one goes to a girl and boy that have, again, put in more time, gone during the off season, done things outside of track, on clinics and things like that, to make themselves a better athlete. And our girl hardest worker is Emma Schlocker.
Okay, most valuable. We talked about voting for this one, and I told the kids you can go ahead and put in your votes, but a lot of it has to do with the number of points that you've scored through the season, meaning you're providing the chance, like when team scores are kept, that you are one of those that's promoting and providing the most points. And so our girl most valuable goes to Katie Cronin. And our boy most valuable is Nick Dishman. And last but not least, everybody's on board here, we have the Battler Pride. And again, as you've heard many times tonight, Battler Pride meaning this person on and off the field promotes what it means to be a battler. They're a shining example to not only the rest of their teammates, but to other schools as well, and that person is Emma Schlocker. Okay, just another word or two. Tomorrow is our CSDC track meet in extra plaque if you want it. There's just a Battle Pride. There's one. It is. Okay, CSDC track meet tomorrow at Miller. That is for the junior high and high school all together. Next week on Thursday we're having a super regional here. It's taking place, regional track meet no longer is a thing. So we're hosting our own, we're calling it a super regional. Basically, we invited anyone that wanted to come to run to fill out. And we've got about 22 teams coming from very long distance away. So a couple of things, I guess if there's somebody that doesn't know what to do with themselves that day, we could probably find a job for you. Or the concession stand would love to have you. Or if you're a business owner, you should be glad to see all those buses coming to town. But it is the last chance then the kids will have to run. And if you know anything about the sport of track and field, this last couple of years it's gone to the top 24. So that means until we're done with that meet, there's still a chance that anyone can break into that top 24 and possibly earn themselves a chance to go to state. And even if they're not in the top 24, should someone in that top 24 decide not to compete, then somebody that's 25 or 26 might also get their chance to be able to run in Sioux Falls the next week, 3-day meet, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, good luck, everybody, tomorrow and next week. The weather is supposed to be with us. So, thank you.
review the Booster Club scholarships. One of the recipients, first off, we want to thank the Booster Club for making this an opportunity for our athletes. But the first one to receive is Madison Berger, and she's not here tonight. Nicholas Schlochter. And Olivia Michelson.
Next up is the Hall of Fame, which are for seniors that have earned 10 letters throughout their career, been an all-state player, or been a state place winner as an individual. So we have Kaden Cronin, Ryder Falkenhagen, Carter Lukens, Neva Michelson, Olivia Michelson, Nicholas Schlachter, and Sean Sire. Now we have the male and female athlete of the year, who will also be the recipient of the DJ Fisher Scholarship, which is part of the Educational Foundation of Gettysburg. These are $250, and our male athlete this year is Carter Lukens. And Amy Cronin.
I want to close off the night with thanking our seniors for being great leaders and being student athletes through your school years. We wish you the best with your next chapter in life, and you'll all be greatly missed. I also want to thank all of our student athletes for your commitment in sports and continuing to balance being a student as well as an athlete. We understand the amount of time, sacrifice, and determination it takes to manage it all, and we know there are some early mornings and late nights. It takes each and every one of you to be able to make a sporting program, and we want to continue to see our numbers grow within every sport we offer. Coaches, thank you for your time that you give to our programs and athletes. You take time away from your own families to make sure we have opportunities available for our student athletes. We're blessed to have each and every one of you, and your endless efforts do not go unnoticed. So thank you for your dedication. Let's give the coaches a round of applause. To our Booster Club, parents, teachers, and community members for working wherever needed throughout the year, as well as making baked goods, lining up workers, lining up meals, and then lining up meals again, and then once again, and then changing because our track meets dates continue to change. I'm surprised Kelsey Fisher hasn't blocked my number yet. But we thank you for everything that you do. We appreciate each and every gesture made throughout the year to make our athletes feel special and seen. One last thing before we let everyone go. I think a person we never expected to not see at the Sport Awards would be Vernon Smith. And this has been a tough year for us all. We've had to navigate new grounds without him, and he'll be greatly missed. Working alongside of him throughout the last couple of years, I found out he's a low-key hoarder. He does not throw anything away, but ironically, we can't ever find what we're looking for when we're trying to find it. That man loved all things sports, but more importantly, loved any opportunity he could give our student athletes. I know the phrase, victory for Byrne, was used for his battle, but I want to keep instilling that into each and every athlete. He always cheered on absolutely anyone and everyone and loved to watch athletes succeed. That is one thing you can all do in memory of him. Be each other's biggest fans, lift each other up, and continue to do victories for Byrne in his honor. He will be forever missed, but I know he will be so proud of our communities for coming together this last year and to continue to do it in the future and keep moving forward. Thank you for coming to our sports banquet and have a good night.